What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and today it's Tuesday, so we are talking about Adobe products, Adobe CC Tuesdays, and today I'm going to show you how to take a video like this and kind of go like that and make it from 9:16 to 16:9 to a square video and keep all the graphics in line. And we're going to do that on Premiere Pro. We're going to do that next on Geek Tech Talk Live with me, Jeffrey Powers. How you guys doing? Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put Into Geek. You can find me on all the socials, which are coming up right here. We'll pull them, shoot, like that. So there's follow button, there's a subscribe button, whatever the button's called. You hit that button, and then you can be a part of this. Today we're talking about Adobe Creative Cloud. We always do this on Tuesdays. I'm going to show you some really cool things that you can do with these different programs. And sometimes I'm learning how to do these things with these programs, so it's really cool here. Today we're going to show you this is Adobe Premiere Pro, and there I look really kind of weird. I don't know what the heck I was doing there. This was at CES, so you caught me in mid-frame. I love it when you stop a frame and then you look at it, it's like, wow, that looks so weird. So anyway, I always look weird anyway. I look like this normally. Today we're showing you how to take Premiere Pro and bring it into video. So basically what we got here is my very odd look. So anyway, so what we got here, I set up a simple scene here. And in this simple scene, what I have is just a video. This is me at Consumer Electronics Show, the last live show I got to walk around. So you don't need to hear the sound. It's not about the sound. And it's a little bit framey by the way that I have this running through. I apologize on it, but it's not really about showing the video too much. It's about showing you how you can change this from a 9:16 to a 16:9. Looks like I'm getting ready to sneeze. Bless me. Anyway, so what we have here, we have my video, which, let's say I do a couple cuts and a couple edits. And we'll do that really quick, and we'll do a cut here, and we'll go like that, and we'll do that, and then we'll just do a couple default transitions, default transition. You get the idea. So we just got the video simply put up. It's ready to go. Now what I want to do is I want to put in some graphics. So we're going to move over to the graphics side of things. And I'm going to find a graphic. Now, a cool thing about Premiere Pro is you have all these templates that you can work from. You can pay for the templates, or you can create your own templates, or you can use the free templates. We're going to use the free templates, and we're just going to find something pretty quick and simple. There's a little lower third right here. We're going to drag and drop it right here. And it's going to load the motion graphics. There we are. Now we're going to bring this in, and it says insert title. So we're going to go, hello, my friend. Hello. Okay. Hello. Oh, that's it. Okay, so we got that. And then we're going to bring that over. That's one lower third that we can do. Let's find another one. Because of course, when you're doing this, you're making more than one lower third. You're making things like subscribe to my channels, and here's all my tweets and stuff like that. We're going to use this one. This is a new one. It's called News Text Overlay. So we'll do this, and we'll bring this in here. And it's going to take a second here. Hopefully we're not going to peg the processor here. So now we have daily news. So we're going to go back to the settings on the folder. So let's go to the project, and we go here, and I was clicking on the right. Okay, so you got to click here. There we go. And now down here we have auto reframe sequence. And what this is going to do is this is going to allow you to reframe it. It's still going to keep this video that we have right here, but it will create a second video, and that second video will be in the other reframe. That's the word I'm looking for. So anyway, we clicked on the auto reframe. We're going to do square. I'll make it easy. There we go. So now we are square. Now with square, as you can see, the lower thirds have changed. So the lower thirds are now in the square motion as opposed to our 16:9. You see how the lower thirds and all the graphics fill the screen like that. It's all set up. Yeah, it's actually doing the analyzing. There it is. Down on the bottom right corner there, you should now see it says analyzing for auto reframe. So it's doing that right now. And you know, depending on what you have inside of your Premiere Pro, I only have a few graphics and then just the video. If you have like tons of cuts and everything like that, it'll definitely take a little bit longer for this to all process. So what it just did was it assumed, or it figured out that, you know, this is what I want in the frame. So as you can see with the auto reframe, that has put me into the middle. And if I need to change that around, I can fix that from there. It creates this folder called auto reframe sequences. So we have our examples down here, which of course you can then change by right-clicking on here and going to sequence settings. And then inside sequence settings, you can change the frame rate. Let's say you're posting to Instagram. Sometimes Instagram doesn't like 60 frames a second. You can change it to 30 frames a second. Maybe bring your audio rate down a little bit. Maybe change the resolution. So it's expected at a 1080p, and you need to send it down to 720p. You can do that as well. As you can see with the lower third, you can definitely bring it in, and you can stick out your tongue over that. So that was the reframe example for the 1x1. Let's go back to the assembly, and we'll right click on here and we'll say auto reframe sequence. And this time we're gonna go vertical 9x16, or what some people say is 16:9. Motion tracking, we're gonna say a faster motion, so keep me in frame as best as possible, and we're gonna hit create. And now it's created the reframe example. There's the vertical 9x16. It's going through the auto reframe, and as that's going, now more than ever, it's probably a good idea to save as much of your video edits, that edited Premiere Pros. So, and I know what I've done in the past is I've just basically done my edits and then threw away the containers, deleted them as I wanted to keep this file small, because what I create a container called 2020, and then I edit my videos in there. 2021 will have a different file. And so if I made something like 3 months ago, I figure I'm not going to use again, and I just toss it. So it would have been nice, because then I could have put that into TikToks, I could have put that into Instagrams, and moved everything around. Another thing to note, if you have third-party plugins, like I use what's called NewBlue Titler FX, which is a great titling piece of software, which I use like when I'm streaming. You see the lower thirds and stuff like that. That's through the NewBlue Titler FX software. Third-party programs like that Adobe doesn't know how to change that in some cases. So in some cases, those types of different effects and things like that will probably need to be manually resized if you're using them in your works. All right, so here we are. It's still auto reframing, but as you can see, it's putting them in as best as possible. I think this is auto reframing this last clip out of the group. So this was the second clip. Yeah, there's my face right there. Closer, there's my lower third. And then over here we had that daily news. And then what I would do is I would take this reframe example and I'd right click on it and I'd go down and I'd say export media. There we are, export media. And it's saying, okay, this is what you want. You want maximum bit rate and everything like that. I hit Q, and you remember how earlier I was talking about Media Explorer? Well, now it's taking that video and putting it into Media Explorer. We've got this in Media Encoder, so now let's minimize this. Don't want to close it, but minimize. You can close it, but we want to minimize. Bring that on. Now we're going to see that match the source low bitrate, and if we click in there, you're going to see me in my glory in that vertical. And then we're just going to minimize this, and then we're going to go to the original reframe example, and we're going to go export media. And now we have all three videos. in which I'm going to move to a specific folder. And now, just so I can save on my process and memory, we're going to quit Premiere Pro. And that's the best part about Media Encoder, is the fact that Premiere Pro does not, or Audition or anything like that, doesn't need to stay open as everything just got put into here. And what's even cooler is, let's say you make a version of the video and we're going to send that to YouTube. So I want to put in certain things on YouTube that I don't want to put onto Facebook, that I don't want to put onto Amazon. In Premiere Pro, I'd set the export, and then that would go into Media Explorer, and then I could go back to Premiere Pro and I could replace YouTube with Facebook, or YouTube with Amazon, or whatever, and then hit the export and then queue it back in here. It'll create another file which you'll have to rename in the situation, and then that other part will show up. And then you can also do a 9:16 and stuff like that. So it's really cool for Media Explorer on this, because you can do a lot of stuff, and then you can just kind of let it run and walk away and come back. We're gonna see how well this works, how fast this works. So we're gonna hit play. I want to show you these videos at the end here. So they shouldn't take that long, because there's only a couple minutes. This first one, which is the square, looks to be about 3 minutes, but once we'll close out of Premiere Pro. There it goes. There we are. So now we just have the one. So I'm gonna hit the play button to get that going. That's gonna go a lot faster, I think. Let's see, it says about 3.5 minutes, and we're getting close to the end of the hour here, but we'll go past if we need to. And as you can see, it's working pretty well. You got to remember that what I'm doing is I'm sending a video signal, capturing this desktop and sending it to this computer to capture the screen. And that process I wouldn't be doing if I would be closing all of them. That's one thing you should do, is close all of these programs. Like, I don't need Dropbox running, so I can kind of pause so nothing downloads. This program is not attached, so I can close that. I'm not using Stream Deck on this one, so I can close that. So okay, here it is, Reframe example. There it is right there. So we'll hit the space button, and there it is, my video with the but as you can see, the lower thirds, the graphics do pretty well. That's okay. And in this case, I just did a high frame rate. So this did a full 10 megabits per second in encoding. So it did a pretty good job. As you can see, I'm walking around, and it's keeping me in frame. That's through the auto frame. As I'm walking around CES, and I'm talking about the AirPods Pro at that time. I think I was talking about Bluetooth connections and using them for tech for 2020. Yeah, I think I was talking about tech of the tech we will see in the next year. Take two, something like Instagram, something like Facebook. So wherever I publish my stuff, web pages I can publish it on, and then it's not a full 9:16. It's cut to about this size. And then, of course, I can make it 16:9 or 9:16 vertical, however you want to call it, for things like TikTok and things like that. And the best part is you can chop it up. If you have the right video, you can literally chop up the video into multiple pieces. Since things like TikTok and Instagram have time limits, then you can have a part 1, part 2, part 3, and then push this up to those socials. But that's basically it. That is how you use Premiere Pro to do the auto reframe, and it was a lot harder to do when it first came out. It was a lot more clicking that was involved in it, but this one was pretty easy, and I'm glad I'll probably do a lot more of this for some of my videos that need to go into multiple places. In the meantime, that's pretty much it for this episode of Geekazine and the live stream. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me over on any of my socials. Think Magazine, put in a Geeky, you've got me. You can find me on all of them. Even Plurk. Do you know Plurk? And then there's a new one, another one that starts with a P that just came out about a month ago. But I haven't really used that social network yet. But there's a button that you can press that will follow, and you'll get updates from me. Definitely check that out. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys geek out. Until next time, you've been watching Geek Tech Talk Live with me, Jeffrey Powers. Until then, take care.